All right, good morning everyone. I want to thank you for being here today with us as we celebrate the future of medical education in South Dakota. My name is Tim Rave and I'm currently serving as the president of the Board of Regents here in South Dakota, along with being the president and CEO of the South Dakota Association of Healthcare Organizations. It is my honor to be with you all here for this defining moment in medical education, research, and healthcare in our state. Here below me, or be joining me on the stage shortly, I'll just run through these quick, please hold your applause. First we have Sheila Guestring, University of South Dakota President. Then we have the governor of the greatest state in the land, Governor Larry Rhoden is with us. In case you didn't know, South Dakota is the greatest state in the land. I just wanted to be clear about that. Thank you. I didn't know my mom showed up. Thanks, Mom, for the applause. Appreciate it. All right, we have Bill Gasson, President and CEO of Sanford Health, Dr. Jason Wickersham, family medicine and OB physician at Avera St. Benedict Health, and the Associate Dean of Rural Medicine with us. Dr. Brad Archer from Monument Health is with us today, along with Mayor of the greatest city in the greatest state, Mayor Paul Tanhagen. I can only say that, Mayor, because I'm in Sioux Falls. That's the last time I get to say that. And last but not least, Dr. Ridgway, who is the Dean of the USD Sanford School of Medicine and Vice President for Health Affairs at USD. This is a historic day for USD Sanford School of Medicine and for the state of South Dakota. The medical school has a long legacy of serving our state and promoting the health of our communities, and today we look to an exciting vision where that legacy will bring us next. As we begin our program today, I want to acknowledge the visionary leadership of President Guestring and Dr. Ridgway. They represent a university community, and I use that word specifically, community that is dedicated to the service, that models leadership, and that asks bold questions so they can find bold answers. President Guestring and Dr. Ridgway are fiercely dedicated to serving that community in the state of South Dakota. If you look around the room today, you will see they are in good company. Today, healthcare leaders, elected officials, students, faculty, staff, physicians, researchers, scholars, and community members from across our state are here for the start of a new chapter for medical education in South Dakota. This is an incredible community, and together, we have an exciting future ahead of us. Now, please join me in welcoming University of South Dakota President Sheila Guestring.
Thank you, Tim. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us as we share an exciting vision for the future of the University of South Dakota Sanford School of Medicine. And thank you to Governor Larry Rhoden, Bill Gasson, Dr. Jason Wickersham, Brad Archer, and Mayor Paul Tanhagen for being here today, as well as former USD Sanford School of Medicine Deans Dr. Mary Nettleman and Dr. Rodney Perry. And I'd also like to share all of our elected officials and others for joining us. Promoting health and well-being of South Dakotans is truly a collaborative effort, and I appreciate the support of these leaders and partners as we announce what is in store for the next chapter of medical education and research in our state. Just over 50 years ago, South Dakota was last in the nation for physician-to-patient ratio with a mere 500 practicing physicians. Leadership at that time had the vision to change that position for our South Dakota citizens and authorized USD to offer the 4-year Doctor of Medicine degree. This change meant that our students could stay in the state and finish their MD degree, allowing us to keep talent here and build a pipeline of physicians to serve our state. South Dakota's physician-to-patient ratio grew, and communities that once struggled to recruit physicians developed thriving healthcare systems. In 2006, we received a transformational gift from T. Denny Sanford and became the USD Sanford School of Medicine. And today we are honored to be joined by a very special guest today, our school's namesake, T. Denny Sanford. Mr. Sanford, your leadership has positively changed every corner of the University of South Dakota. Specifically, your gift in 2006 propelled the Universities of South Dakota's Sanford School of Medicine to #1 in the country. #1 in the country for percentage of graduates that are practicing in rural communities. Your help helped make our School of Medicine the best in the country in a measure that matters critically to the state of South Dakota, and I thank you for that. And it's not just at the University of South Dakota, and everybody in this room knows it. You make these investments time and time and time again in our state. So one more time, could everyone in this room join me in thanking you for believing in South Dakota over and over and over again. USD is so proud to be a part of the important story of medicine in South Dakota. Physicians, biomedical scientists, and our entire healthcare workforce play a critical role in our communities, from rural areas to our largest cities. These individuals put patients first, find solutions to pressing problems, save lives, and ensure that every community has access to quality healthcare. As a rural state, we can see the importance of that work with clarity. Our medical school and South Dakota's healthcare systems impact every corner of the state, and much of that education and research that makes that possible starts in Sioux Falls. As home to 3 of the state's 4 major healthcare systems, as well as one of our medical school campuses, Sioux Falls is a hub for healthcare and healthcare education. The work happening here and the resources available in this city help our whole state become healthier and more resilient. As we continue that work to strengthen our communities, we have an opportunity to enhance our medical education. State-of-the-art medical education has evolved over the last 50 years, and now students need more opportunities to work with and learn from clinical faculty early in their education to access the best possible preparation for their careers. Currently, USD's first and second year medical school students lose valuable time commuting between Vermilion and Sioux Falls for clinical experiences. As medical education evolves, our planning for improving student experiences and opportunities must evolve as well. We have an opportunity to better connect our students to the hub of medical education and research. We can expand their learning opportunities, grow our research capacity, and strengthen collaboration with our state's healthcare systems, all while serving the people of South Dakota. With that, I am pleased to announce that the University of South Dakota Sanford School of Medicine will move the first 18 months of our Doctor of Medicine program, as well as the Division of Biomedical and Translational Sciences, from Vermilion to Sioux Falls, starting the summer of 2027. This move will allow us to enhance our medical education, giving our students the best possible experiences so they bring the highest quality of care to communities across the state. We will also be better positioned than ever before to promote translational and applied research, which has real-world impact on the lives of South Dakotans. As South Dakota's only medical school, we have both a responsibility and an opportunity to shape the future of medicine in the state. We have made a great impact on the lives of South Dakotans over the last 50 years, and together, we will shape a strong future for medicine in our state for decades to come. And before we invite our next speaker, please join us in watching this very brief video.
Every bold idea begins with a choice, a commitment, driven by resolve, built on trust, service embodied.
That's where compassion comes in, That's where empathy comes in. That's the baseline expectation.
And service, we understand. A 2-year idea became a 4-year reality. One gift turned into a lifetime of giving, a legacy we carry forward. But forward isn't just a motion, it's a promise to push the boundaries of innovation, to lead with purpose, to live into our vision for the future. We're not just keeping pace, we are setting it.
This can take the medical school to the next level. Now is the time more than ever before.
50 years of service, of leadership, of care. When the call is made, we respond with more impact, more empathy, more access, more reach to every community we call home.
The education and the clinical care and the research all coming together in one place will just further the opportunities of the area.
Progress doesn't come from standing still, and purpose doesn't pause, because even purpose needs room to grow. The future demands discovery and the bravery to ask, what if we could do more?
If we can introduce more clinical experiences from day one, that is where the magic happens.
It's about the lives we saved yesterday, the ones we're shaping today, and everything that comes next, that is legacy in motion. Together, we are shaping the future of medicine for South Dakota.
What a fantastic video. If a little CPR in the morning doesn't get your heart pumping, I don't know what will. You got it. That's good. Well, thank you, President Guestring, for your words and for sharing that inspiring video with us. It's now my pleasure and honor to introduce my friend, the governor of the great state of South Dakota, Governor Larry Rhoden.
Thank you, Tim. It's kind of a short introduction. You could have done a little better than that.
I'll think of some stuff.
No, it'll do. Well, good morning. What an exciting announcement. My mission as governor is to keep South Dakota strong, safe, and free. And a healthy South Dakota is a strong South Dakota. The Sanford School of Medicine has played a big part in keeping our state strong and healthy. You've educated medical professionals that have served our entire state. I grew up just outside of Union Center, which is about 45 miles east of Sturgis, where I was born. Union Center is just a wee bit smaller than Sioux Falls. So I recognize how difficult it can be to provide health care to the entire state, especially our rural communities. In particular, it can be tough to get medical professionals to work in those rural communities. That's why today's announcement is so important. It will benefit all of South Dakota, not just Sioux Falls. The students standing here with us will have more opportunities for clinical experiences, and they'll develop closer ties to our South Dakota health systems. And when they graduate, we should expect to see more of them stay right here in South Dakota. Is that right? I see a lot of white suits, right? This means that we'll have a stronger talent pool available to fill open medical jobs in rural communities. I want to close by just saying a few thank yous. To the faculty and staff in attendance, thank you for everything you do to help these students succeed. President Guestring, Dr. Ridgway, we're confident that you'll make this venture a success. Thank you for your hard work and dedication and service and leadership in making this happen. To the leaders of our healthcare systems who are here, thank you for your partnership with this school. To the other elected officials in attendance, thank you for continuing to support this school. And to the students, could we have all the students in the room stand? Thank you for being willing to serve your neighbors, for that heart of service. Thank you for taking care of people. And thank you for helping to keep South Dakota strong, safe, and free. And I'd be remiss if I also didn't say thank you to Mr. Sanford for your sacrifice and your vision for the greater good of South Dakota in so many fronts. Thank you, sir. And to all the governors that have came before me, thank you for supporting USD Sanford School of Medicine. We have heard it often said that I stand on the shoulders of giants. There are a lot of leaders who came before me who got this school in position to make this announcement. This school is in a great position for the future. The brightest and best days are ahead for USD Sanford School of Medicine. So again, thank you all. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless our great state of South Dakota. Thank you.
Well, at least he forgave me for not saying a lot of nice things about him. So, thank you, Governor Rhoden. Now, please join me in welcoming the Dean of the USD Sanford School of Medicine and Vice President for Health Affairs at USD, Dr. Tim Ridgway.
Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming on this momentous day. This is a big day for the University of South Dakota, for the School of Medicine, but most importantly, for the state of South Dakota. This change will be transformative. The impact that it will have on our students, our staff, our faculty and physicians, and most importantly, the citizens of South Dakota will be forever remembered. Now, this can't happen without a lot of alignment. Many medical schools today suffer from the lack of alignment. I am happy to give an example today, being here, of that alignment. It starts with the structure of the School of Medicine. Two of our former deans are here today, Dean Emeritus Rod Perry, Dean Emeritus Mary Nettleman, and Mrs. Margaret Wagner, whose late husband, Dean Emeritus Carl Wagner, 50 years ago, drove around this state with the grand experiment of making this school a four-year school. This has made us, I have inherited a strong school because of all of you, and I thank you for that. The president of the university and the Board of Regents, this can't happen unless I have a president that believes in this vision, and I have a Board of Regents that also buys in. President Guestring, Regent Rave, and all of the Board of Regents that are here today, thank you. This is huge. The city of Sioux Falls and the state of South Dakota, Mayor Tanhagen, Governor Rhoden, thank you for all the support. State legislators, by and large, have all really bought into this. You know, every year I have to go before appropriations, and it allows me to demonstrate the value of this school. And sometimes I wonder when I'm driving up to Pier in late January, is this worth it? It is worth it. It is worth it because they get to understand what we're about, and I love that. To our healthcare systems, Sanford Health, Avera Health, Monument Health, and the VA system, and all our independent physicians. Do you know that 30% of the physician faculty in our state are in independent practices? So this school, this is what makes us strong. We have 4 major healthcare systems in the state. We have independent practices throughout this state, and if they have one thing in common, it's their commitment and their devotion to these kids in the white coats that are going to be the future for healthcare in South Dakota. My gratitude goes to South Dakota for trusting USD to build a healthcare workforce that's going to take care of you and I, our kids, our families, and our friends. That's a privilege that inspires me to come to work every day. Now, consolidating the first 18 months in the educational program is going to be huge. The people that are going to benefit most from this are our students. No longer are they going to have to commute, particularly in the dead of winter. But they're going to have access from day one to our high-quality clinicians throughout this city. Our biomedical scientists that educate these students, so much in terms of the biomedical sciences and the foundation, when you couple that with clinical relevant scenarios, that's when they retain the information. That's when they become true physicians, and they are going to be able to better perform on their licensing exams, which will make them even more competitive for a residency program. Moving our research infrastructure to Sioux Falls is going to have massive benefits. Recruitment is going to be much better. We're going to now have our researchers in the same city as many of our clinician investigators. A lot of the evidence of research that comes out of the major centers is kind of skewed because it's not everyday citizens that this research is based upon. In South Dakota, we have everyday citizens that we can work and learn to better improve their lives. Please make no mistake, this move to Sioux Falls does nothing to diminish my and our commitment to rural health across South Dakota. I will not waver from that. Our campus in Rapid City, we have a vibrant campus. The workforce in Rapid City is so much stronger because Monument and all the other physicians, they have recruited our students, and that is fulfilling a huge need in western South Dakota. Our Yankton campus, innovative, absolutely state-of-the-art innovation in 1991 when we introduced an entirely new curriculum, and they continue to perform well. And then there's our farm sites. Frontier and rural medicine. Students in their first clinical year go to small communities, and they learn from these physicians. They are tremendously prepared for residency programs. And then there's all of our other rural communities. One of the strengths of this school is that we have a preceptorship in their second year of medical school where they go out to small rural communities across the state. We know, the literature shows us, if you take kids that are from rural South Dakota and then you expose them to practice in rural South Dakota, you're going to have a much higher chance of retaining that student. Phase one of this process, as President Guestring said, we're looking at the summer of '27. We're going to have temporary locations with the support of Sanford Health in anatomy, research labs, and an education building. Phase two is even more exciting, and that is a new state-of-the-art building. 7 to 10 years, but I'm hoping for earlier, as I know the president is. But think about it. A building that will be a beacon of service to South Dakota. It's where state-of-the-art research, it's where state-of-the-art education will occur in one place. And all of us, physicians, health systems, public, can look at that and say, yes, we are fulfilling our mission for the state of South Dakota. Yes, anything worth going for, there's going to be bumps in the road. And I think maybe that's why it took us over 20 years. I know Dean Perry and Dean Nettleman both tried to get this done. There's just a lot that has to come together. So we're going to meet those bumps, and we're going to overcome them. I'm going to conclude by talking about the mission of this school. The mission, as given to us by the legislature when we became a four-year school, was provide the opportunity for every South Dakota resident to have an opportunity for a high-quality medical education with an emphasis on family practice. Additionally, the curriculum was designed to enable and encourage these students to come back to this great state and particularly go to the rural areas of South Dakota where there's such need. You're looking at a native of South Dakota, and you're looking at somebody who had a dream to become an MD. And it was because of this school that I was allowed to do that. That is a mission that myself and all of our staff come to work every day with the focus on. 50 years ago, there was some risk. The legislature was a little uneasy about this. Look at where we're at today. Look at the facilities in Sioux Falls. But not only that, look at healthcare in some of our other communities across the state. When we became a four-year school, there were communities that hadn't recruited a physician for 10 years. But we're not there yet. We've got more to do. My hope is that 50 years from now, those of you in white coats, you may be retired, you may be toward the end of your careers, but my hope is that 50 years from now, people look back on this day and say, wow, healthcare took a giant step forward. I again thank each and every one of you for coming today. This is just a huge occasion and worthy of celebration. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ridgway. Now, please help me welcome President and CEO of Sanford Health, Bill Gasson.
Well, thank you, Dr. Ridgway. It is an exciting day for the future of medicine in South Dakota. My name is Bill Gasson. I have the privilege of serving as the president and CEO of Sanford Health. And I'm just grateful to be here with all of you today to be celebrating, as Dr. Ridgway so eloquently stated. President Guestring, thank you so much. Governor Rhoden, thank you so much for your support as well, too. This couldn't be possible without that support and without the vision of everybody in this room today. Sanford Health has a long-standing affiliation with the medical school. Our affiliation started with the School of Medicine in 1994, back when Sanford Health was still known as Sioux Valley Hospital. 4 years later, Sioux Valley Hospital offered financial support and land on our main campus to begin building the Wegner Health Sciences Library, South Dakota's premier medical library. Then, as President Guestring's already referenced, in 2006, our benefactor, Mr. Denny Sanford, who's here with us today, provided a landmark $20 million gift to the School of Medicine, renaming the school the University of South Dakota Sanford School of Medicine. Through our partnership with the Sanford School of Medicine, and thanks to the unprecedented, once again, gift of Mr. Sanford in the amount of $300 million, we were now able to offer 7 fully funded graduate medical education programs in the areas of pathology, pediatrics, general surgery, neurology, emergency medicine, cardiac fellowship, and GI fellowship. Thank you so much, Denny. We're grateful to provide research opportunities as well for our medical students and our graduate medical students through our research institute, Sanford Research, and you guys are going to pick up on a really common theme here. That's only possible because of the gentleman who's in the room here today. Mr. Sanford, thank you so much for, again, as has been stated by President Guestring, continuing to invest, continuing to believe in the state of South Dakota, and time after time betting on this state being, Tim, as you've stated, the greatest place to live, to work, to raise a family, and to receive your medical degree and to practice medicine. Thank you so much, Denny. And we know that expanding the number of medical residency and training programs in rural areas is key to filling gaps in our care, because many doctors, as you heard Dr. Ridgway talk about this, including more than half the family medicine physicians, they will stay within 100 miles of where they do their training. Advancing medical education and recruiting and retaining physicians is absolutely vital to the long-term sustainability of healthcare in our region. And everyone who's here with us today, especially those up here up front with us today, we all believe in the opportunities that we have in front of us. We know that bringing Sanford School of Medicine to Sioux Falls to students and faculty will create more opportunities to train, to learn, to pursue medical research right here, and very importantly, to keep the absolute best and brightest here in the state of South Dakota so that they can continue to deliver world-class care to every single patient, regardless of their zip code. And this announcement, as has also been referenced today, has been building for decades. This didn't just happen. This is the work that comes to fruition after decades and decades of those who came before us investing in the University of South Dakota's Sanford School of Medicine, investing in building the right relationships with all of the health systems that have a shared commitment to making sure that we deliver the best care for every single patient who deserves that here in South Dakota. And so as we think about the opportunity that we have in front of us, and we think about all that we have to celebrate, I think it's been stated here this morning, let's not forget all the incredible work that came before us. Let's remember to celebrate them, let's remember to give thanks to them, but let's look ahead to the future, where South Dakota will continue to be known for greatness, continue to be known for excellence, for innovation, because of all of you and all of those before you who came and invested in this state. Delivering healthcare in rural upper Midwest does have its challenges, but through the spirit of shared purpose and partnership that we are seeing here today, we are ensuring a strong and healthy future for those who we serve. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. Thank you so much for your vision. Thank you so much for all of your dedication. Thanks to Monument Health. Thank you so much to Avera, to the VA Medical Center, and as been stated, every single one of our providers in this state who's committed to deliver world-class care to all of our patients. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Bill. Next, I'm pleased to welcome Dr. Jason Wickersham, Family Medicine and OB Physician at Avera St. Benedict Health Center and Associate Dean of Rural Medicine. Dr. Wickersham.
Good morning. Thank you for inviting me here to share a few comments. I'm Dr. Jason Wickersham. I'm a graduate of the USD School of Medicine, and I practice full-scope family medicine at Avera St. Benedict in Parkston, South Dakota. I'm proud to serve as a clinical professor in the Department of Family Medicine for the medical school and as Associate Dean of Rural Medicine, a position in which I oversee the Frontier and Rural Medicine Program, or FARM program. All of us are here today because we care about quality health care in the state of South Dakota. This means we must educate medical students here in our state and give them a high caliber educational experience. It will take all of us working together in the best interest of medical students and the patients they'll care for. Avera has a long history of working with the University of South Dakota, and we have long supported programs including nursing, therapy, pharmacy, and medical lab science, as well as the medical school. About 30% of the medical school faculty are Avera physicians, and we often hear feedback about how they love that aspect of their job and pouring their knowledge and expertise into the next generation of physicians. At Avera, we host and train a large number of students, offering more than 1,000 clinical rotations. Thanks to the synergies we've developed over the years, we see class after class of high caliber medical graduates, and we are thrilled when they choose to stay and practice in our state. It's only through a symbiotic relationship between the medical school and health systems that this can happen. President Guestring mentioned our rural placement rates, and Dean Ridgway mentioned the farm program. As Dean of Rural Medicine, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you how excited I am to speak about the farm program, a rural track for a select group of Pillar 2 students to complete 11 months of their clinical training in rural locations. Avera is 3 of the 7 farm communities in Parkston, Pure, and Millbank. Students get a unique opportunity to get involved from day one as a member of the community, as part of the health system, and as an integral member of that local medical care team. They see firsthand the very good medicine that's practiced in rural places while experiencing the small town lifestyle, which greatly helps in recruiting physicians to rural locations. Just one example is Dr. Austin Eggers, who was a former farm student and a 2020 medical school graduate who's now practicing family medicine with Avera Milbank. Avera is proud to have these graduates involved in rural medicine. It takes all of us across the entire state of South Dakota to help support healthcare. At Avera, we partner with USD and other universities, colleges, tech schools, and high schools in the entire continuum of workforce development. For young people who love science, desire to benefit others, and serve toward the greater good, there's really no better profession than healthcare. And at Avera, we're grateful to assist in the education of South Dakotans for South Dakota. We congratulate the School of Medicine in this new chapter and look forward to continued collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Wickersham. All right, and now I'm pleased to invite up to the podium Chief Medical Officer at Monument Health, Dr. Brad Archer.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here today. First, as a proud graduate of the University of South Dakota School of Medicine. It's so exciting to see us advancing. We have so much opportunity in research and education and so much development that can be done in this state. I think one of our strengths is not only the graduates that we have serving our community later as physicians, but also we see it when we recruit physicians from out of the state. So in addition to the opportunity to interact with medical students, the opportunity to tap into the resources related to research that we have with our School of Medicine is incredible. And that is a huge recruiting opportunity for us. So not only do we benefit from the students themselves becoming doctors and coming back, we benefit from the association, and we definitely recognize that and appreciate all the support that we get. You know, the secret's out. South Dakota is a great place to live. So our communities are growing, and so we see that demand. It seems like as soon as we expand and hire a new provider, physician into a clinic or build a new clinic, the population increases in certain sections of our state, and we need to respond to that. In addition, we've got the drive of constant technology advancement. I don't think I've ever seen a time as today, and next week it'll be even faster, where we see the doubling time of information increasing the way it has, where we see new technologies coming out, and those of us that have to buy robots and new equipment for our advanced physicians, we know this. We see this every day, and we struggle to keep up with that. We need experts to come back into our communities who understand that technology. So the opportunity for us really to expand our education and our research opportunities at the student level carries over into our primary care doctors and our specialists who have advanced knowledge of these types of technologies that we need to provide for all of our residents here in the state. We don't want people to have to leave the state. We don't want people to have to drive great distances. So there's so much we can do in the area of population health research and advancement, data analysis, so much that we have to offer here in South Dakota that make us unique in the fact that we all work together, we know each other, and we're able to communicate and move nimble, in a more nimble and efficient fashion than you see in other states and other medical schools. So I'm excited to be here today. Thanks for having me. Monument Health remains committed, as do all West River physicians, to participating in the education of medical students. We appreciate the opportunity to do so, and it enhances not only our communities, but it enhances our institutions directly, increases our quality, and improves our ability to attract all physicians and other members to our communities. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dr. Archer. Now, please join me in welcoming the mayor of the great city of Sioux Falls, Mayor Paul Tanhagen.
All right, thank you to the greatest Board of Regent president in the country. Tim Rave. 3 claps for that, so.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Well, thank you to USD and the Board of Regents for this really, really incredible and monumental investment in the greatest city. I agree with you 100%. As our city and our state grows at a record pace, 5,000 to 6,000 people coming to this city every year, so does the need for medical professionals. And I was thinking, as I was sitting here, and I'm going to take a page out of Bill's playbook a little bit, and I want to talk about Mr. Denny Sanford for a second. Monday, we were at a ribbon cutting for a new Boys and Girls Club. And that place wouldn't have opened but for a big gift from Denny. And then yesterday, the governor and I and Senator Thune, Representative Johnson, we broke ground in a new Chabad Community Center for our growing Jewish community in Sioux Falls. And who's one of our lead donors and givers of that? Mr. Denny Sanford. And 9 Iron behind me here is the state's largest splash pad for kids in this city. And who made that possible? Mr. Denny Sanford. And back behind us is the Levitt Shell, which has 52 outdoor free concerts every year. And it's so successful, we have to expand it. And our city council just passed a gifting agreement from a guy named Denny Sanford, who's going to give some dollars to that. And you can walk down the street and you can see a movie at a century-old state theater that was getting pigeon poop all in it until we got a gift from a guy named Denny Sanford. And I share all that because we're talking about the gifts to the School of Medicine and so forth, but students and faculty, they want to also come to a community that has quality of life, right? And they need things to do. They're going to move their families. They want to stay here, and we just have an incredible community, incredible city for a lot of reasons, a lot of those because of some of those monumental gifts, Denny, of things that you've done to make this city. If you can get a Trader Joe's here, buddy. Yeah, that would be incredible. I could run for a 3rd term maybe if you got that. But our top employers in our city are our healthcare system. Sanford and Avera, we are a healthcare hub. It's one of our biggest industries, and it continues to just grow and grow. And so this is just such an important investment for the city of Sioux Falls, and we couldn't be more excited. And so while I try and stay neutral with our state colleges, I did break out my USD kicks today, and today I proudly say, go Yotes. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Tanhagen. I need to find out where you got your Nikes at. All right. Well, once again, I want to thank all of our speakers that were here today and the special guests in the room that were with us. You all have played an important role not only in envisioning what is possible for medical education and research, but also in building a legacy that continually puts the health and well-being of our communities, and I would say more importantly, our patients first. The University of South Dakota Sanford School of Medicine has built a pipeline of physicians and biomedical scientists who care for South Dakotans and the states around us. And that is thanks to the school's dedicated faculty and staff, students, visionary leaders who are committed to improving lives and serving our state. Alongside the alumni who are out serving our communities and the partners who help make this work possible, the University of South Dakota is shaping the future of medical education in South Dakota. The video we watched earlier asked, what if we could do more? It is no longer a what if. Now we can proudly say we can and will do more. By moving the first 18 months of the MD and Division of Biomedical and Translational Services to Sioux Falls, we need an acronym for that, Sheila. USD is answering the call to further support, prepare, and grow our healthcare workforce while leaning into the possibilities for innovation and collaboration. This is not a school that stays still, it's a community that moves forward and steps up. Today we celebrate the continuation of a strong legacy and the beginning of a new transformative chapter. Congratulations to the University of South Dakota Sanford School of Medicine on this historic announcement, and thank you for your service to South Dakota. That ends our official program. Thank you for coming. Have a great day.